This is Candy Houston again from the WCHA. I'm here at the Lucas Oiled AQHA World Show, and I have one of my favorite people of all time, Denny Hasett, who I don't even know how many championships and accomplishments you've had, but every time I think of you, I think of the cover of a magazine with you riding a Western riding horse. And who was that horse?
Well, it was probably a horse called Ace's Big Step, if I was saying, and everything. But that was several years ago there when I first started out and everything.
Yeah.
But mainly, when I started out, I rode a bunch of Raiders. So
Oh my gosh.
I rode the Raiders more than I did the Western ride, but I did the Western ride. But Raiders was my specialty when I started in the training business.
Well, that's kind of a little jump to halter.
Well, when I started out, in 1970, I quit my job with the gas company, and I was before then, when I owned horses myself, I wanted to do the reining. And then when I quit my job and went into full-time training, you kind of had to do a little bit of everything, and because at that time the reining wasn't that strong. I mean, it wasn't like it is today, where
Sure.
you could keep a barn full of.
And they have their own association.
Yes, But I've won the Congress in the reining, won the versatility in the reining, the reserve here in the reining down here.
I'm going to ask you a tough question,
Okay.
And you don't have to be personal. You don't have to worry about, I'm thick-skinned. Who is your favorite horse that you had, a stud?
Right. That is a tough question to answer, because I've had Kid Clue, I had Mr. GQ, I had Conclusive.
Oh my gosh.
See, a lot of people didn't realize I ever had Conclusive.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, see, Conclusive was his name when he come off his mother was Sykes' Impressive. And Sykes Simmons was one of my main customers when I lived in Tonganoxie starting out. He owned Ace's He owned Ace's Big Step. He owned a horse called Dunbeat, Top Vantage,
Wow.
Conclusive, full brother to Conclusive, Imperator, and Impressive.
And I understand that there's a horse named Impressive Amigo that was Impressive's brother.
Yes.
Kind of an oddball.
But he was a horse, and he was a full brother, I think, to Impressive, but he never heard much about him. He never did ever turn around
Well,
and do things like that.
I'm amazed to even be in that company with GQ, but that's to have Conclusive.
And I had Spanish Array, and had
Loved him.
A lot of. I felt like I had a lot of the really big name horses, and to really sit there and say which one was my favorite.
Sure.
It's pretty hard to do that, because they were all great horses.
Let me ask you another one then, and I think I might know the answer to this. Mares, cabin bars.
Well, the cabin bars, I had both of them sisters. I had the Hilda Cabin Bar and Cabin Hilda Bar.
Yes.
They were great mares, and of course, I had the old mare that what was her name that Frank Merrill's wife had. I showed her Go Comet.
Oh,
I
yes.
hauled her.
Oh my gosh.
Lady Flower.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
The other good mare that Dean Landers had, Go Lucky Valentine.
Yes.
Yeah, I had her. Matter of fact, I rode her in the 2-year-old pleasure fraternity at the Congress and was second on her. And she won the Congress as a yearling.
Well, no wonder you can put these halter horses together.
And
do you remember that you judged me at the Solid Gold with Berlin?
Yes. Up there when I did that fraternity up there for Normand up there. And you rode Mr. GQ.
Yes, that was one of my favorite moments. But so we've got our little bit of history. But you certainly have an amazing history and all this. I might come by tomorrow. Are you going to be around tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll be going home after that.
Okay.
I have one little story. I rode a horse called Jet Fleet, a AAA horse by Jet Deck, and I had a daughter. He stood 14-3, and he's AAA on the track. We entered him in the, Jack Roney owned him in Lawrence, Kansas, and we entered him in reining horse fraternity at the Congress. So back then you could pay later for a class up there. Well, I was 16th on him in a fraternity, in a 3-year-old fraternity. So I decided to put him in the junior reining. And
Okay.
I don't know how many, 60, 70 or whatever in it.
Right.
And I won a junior reining on him.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he was the only son of Jeff Hayes, said 14-3. But the greatest story about this
Wow.
horse, we started out when I took him over the track, pleasuring.
Uh-huh.
So, and this horse was really a good-minded horse, and we would go to that's when we showed outside a lot.
Uh-huh.
And I'd always be just out of the points with this horse. So one of the shows, and I can't recall the judge's name, but his specialty was pleasure horses. And after the show, I went up to him and I asked him, I said, I need some help. I'm not complaining how you judge or anything, I just need some help. So I explained my problem. I said, this little bay horse, you watched him go on today in a junior pleasure. And I said, it doesn't make any difference where you see him, you never see me touch him, he just goes solid. He said, Denny, he said, he's a really nice horse. But he said, this horse moves a little trashy and he's trot behind. So if you'll put rosin up in his tail and make him arch his tail out, where it's not clamped against the side end, you'll find the difference how he moves on the appearance. And I tell people that and they laugh at me like, crazy. Today they want to.
Well, exactly.
So I took some of the rosin that they used on the bull rope, right?
Sure, yeah.
About 30 minutes before we go to class, I just lifted the old tail up and I rode, and that time get a little heat. He'd arch that old tail out and I was first and second every trip.
Oh my gosh. Well, you think we should try that today?
No, I don't believe
No,
so.
no.
Yeah, might get in a lot of trouble, Yeah.
Well, rosin isn't harmful. I don't know.
No, it wouldn't do that, but it puts a little heat. But when I arched
Yeah.
his tail, that tail just hung natural. And
Yes.
when he trotted, it didn't look like he was rolling his hips and stuff
Oh,
like that. And,
right.
And that's what it's doing because that clamped down. And then when it did make that tail, it made that tail
Sure.
mark like it was dead.
Yes,
Back
yes.
then. And of course, back
they
in
didn't
them
like-
days, we couldn't have the tail any longer than the hocks.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
pulling
yeah.
them
But that's
and
quite
being
a
so
story.
proud that we
Yeah.
pulled. But that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you
But
just
that's a true story.
a little rosin and you
Yeah.
put that there and you got the,
He arched
the first
that old
place.
tail out, that old thing, and he was first and second every trip. And that's when we had 30, 40 duck class, back then.
I hope we get back to that. Denny, this has been such a treasure for me, and I hope we get to speak a little bit tomorrow.
Okay,
I'll
that'd be
visit
fine.
with you.
I appreciate
You can
that.
give me some ideas about how we can bring more of the ranch riding and those confirmation classes in WCHA.
Well, on that deal there, I think as popular as that is getting and everything, I really feel like it needs to be entered into WCHA somehow.
Yes.
I don't know how to tell you how to do it.
We have it now.
Do you have it?
Yes,
Okay,
and-
well then you've got to start on it.
Yes.
Aren't they kind of broke off to be their own kind of association like the Raiders and stuff? They just kind of,
WCHA?
no.
Ranch Riders?
Riding and
I don't
stuff.
think they really have they don't have an official association yet, but we do have the ranch riding class, and we're going to expand on that for 2017, so that we'll have confirmation classes for the ranch riders that will be directed more to the ranch riding
Right.
horse,
There was, I understand, a proposal to AQHA last year, or this year, I guess, or maybe it was last year, written in, and they didn't approve it, I understand, to have a ranch, what they call a ranch pleasure. And they didn't approve it and everything. And to me, I think a ranch pleasure would be very adapted to
Be a step
improve-
forward in-
Well, for
Sure.
one of the things, they got the ranch ride and everything, and that's kind of a fast pleasure class. But if you had what they call a ranch pleasure and let them do just like they're doing, but you'd see a lot of our pleasure horses go back like they did.
I think that's a fabulous idea.
And
We need to-
I really do. I think that needs to be pushed.
And we
And,
still have time to write that into AQHA till
Well, I
December
don't know.
31st.
Somebody did the other last year or sometime, but that needs to be brought up again because, as the way the other one come in and as popular as it is and everything,
Sure.
you can't tell me that you start what you call ranch pleasure,
I
where they
know.
can be natural.
Yes.
They don't have to go sideways,
And-
drape that rein. They don't have to have $30,000 worth of equipment to ride them.
Exactly.
You'll see 15, 20, 30 head of pleasure horses in the pen like you do the ranch place.
I think you're onto something. I think that's a great idea. I'm going to close this
All
off.
right.
Thank you, and we will see you guys later on. Thank you, Kenny's. And, all right. Thank you, sweetie.